Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today I have a 6v6 custom match here on the most amazing Neuroxus map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. We'll start with Team 1 on the northwestern side of the map, and we'll end with Team 2 on the southeastern side of the map. Taking a look at Team 1's, let's do northeastern players. First we have in Batman Gray, it is Vessel 4, AK playing as a Cybran. He is a 1300. Moving southwest, we have in Blood Angel Red, it is the Aeon of Master of Seasons. He is a 1700. Zigzag into his northwest, the another Aeon for Team 1. It is Plum. He's playing in the lightest red pink color as a 1900. He's also the highest rated player on Team 1 and in the game overall. And last but not least, for the northern side of Team 1, we have in Emerald's Green, it is Eco Player 7 playing as a Seraphim. He is a 1700. And then moving on to the players in the south for Team 1, starting off with the Tropical Ocean Blue player of Angel Raid. He is a UEF as a 1200. And then next to him we have, moving to the south, it is Ayahuasca Des playing as a UEF as well. He is a 1300. So for Team 1 side of the map, they have two UEF in the south. And then in the north, they have one Cybran, two Aeon, and then one Seraphim. So at least one of each of the factions on Team 1 side of the map. Moving on to Team 2 side, starting off, we'll do the northern players first. We have in Pac-Man Yellow, it is Estra Max Blocker playing as a Cybran. He is a 1500. And next door to him in Light Octane is Red 666 playing as an Aeon, again in Light Octane as a 1000 rated. Moving on to the player, blending in with this environment quite nicely with the Snow White paint job, it is Cappy playing as a Cybran as an 1800. He's also tied for the highest rated player on his team. And next door to him, we have in Chevy Crimson, it is XBOCT playing as a 1600, again as a Seraphim. Moving southeast, we have as a Cybran, it is Chicken Slav in the rust color. He is an 1800. He's tied with Cappy for the highest rated player on their team. And to his west, we have in Royal Blue, it is Original Angel. So we have two Angels in this game. He is a 1400 playing as a UEF. So for Team 2 side of the map, they have one UEF in the west. They have two Cybrans, one of them over here, the other one over here. And then they have, actually, sorry, it's three Cybrans, apologies. One here, and one here. And then they have an Aeon in the northeast with a Seraphim in the more concentrated clumpage of players' starting location. So for Team 2 side of the map, they also have at least one of each of the factions. That's heavy focus on Cybran. Again, that's three Cybrans, and everybody else is one of each. And then to the north, it's a little bit more UEF, a little bit more Aeon, but at least one of each of the factions on their side as well. So nobody is missing out on all the fun on both sides of the map. And for these 12 players, let's take a look at their reclaim before they scoop it all up. Currently sitting at 36,000 mass and reclaim, which makes it a little bit above 3,000 mass, taking into account, some reclaims already been scooped up and whatnot, but that is a large amount to have per player. There's a big clump that's already been circled by a couple of players in this game where extra mass is hanging out. There's a nice 3,000 clumpage on that northern plateau there, obviously mirrored in the south. And there's about a 3,000 or so clumpage on the backline plateaus as well, which we already see players grabbing not only those mexes, but also the reclaim as well. And for this game, I have enabled the mexes on the minimap as well, just because it is kind of sort of difficult at some points to look and find all of the other mexes, just because it's, again, it's a very bright background with, very light icons in terms of the, how easy or difficult it is to actually read everything. So again, there is that on the minimap for reference. But in terms of the additional mexes on the map, we'll take a look at Team 1 side. And again, I kind of already talked about it. There's two quad mex positions and then the twin mex in the corner for it looks like Plum to have grabbed. There's also a trimex position on that western plateau. Nothing on the northern one. And then moving on to the more middle of the map, there is quad mex-ish. It's definitely a trimex with a little bit of a nubbin there. We do see there's another twin mex there where Team 1's Ayahuasca is falling back. And then there's a Trimax position here. There's another one there, and it looks like there's another one there in the north. So lots of places to grab mixes, and a couple of one-ups as we usually see in this game. But we do want to look at the comm distribution and where they're going. We have 3 players for Team 2 on the western side. Ayahuasca is in full retreat because of it, because there's just a lot of momentum, specifically for Original Angel, because not only does he have Gun online, which maybe would have encouraged the falling back from Ayahuasca, but there's also 2 other players here, mainly the army from Original Angel, but still there's a lot of momentum one way in Team 2's favor. Northeastern side, actually it's a mirrored effect. We have 3 players, one going for a gun upgrade now for Plum. We have Vessel with gun and stealth, and then we have Gun on board for extra max blocker, who's actually trading blows with Master of Seasons. Again, first comm to comm action occurs between them that I've noticed that could have easily happened over here to the west that we do kind of see happening already, so maybe it was between these 2, because we do see Ayahuasca is in the yellow. Looks like he is going to get into the water. I'm going to go right back over here to the east because things are popping off very, very quickly. So it's a 3v1 in favor in the north for Team 1, and it's a 3v1 in favor for Team 2 in the southwest. We do see even maybe 3v2, and Original Angel is inbound with his comm. We do see that Team 2's Chicken Slav is hanging back a little bit. He is the record air slot player for Team 2, so that makes sense. So it's technically really a 2v2, but he's still kind of there. In the middle, we have Eco player pushing in against Red, and then we have Cappy sitting over here, which his opponent is actually going westward, so it looks like he's not going to be facing off anybody directly as of right now. And no comms in the bases for Team 1, no comms in the bases for Team 2. Everybody is on the front line doing what they can to support their team. We do see shots going between Original Angel and Angel Red. The Angels are having at it. Looks like there's a civil war going on over there. And in the east, Team 2 is falling back. Again, Master of Seasons is in the yellow. Has to be careful with that. Extra max blocker getting some nice veterancy up to 1 star now. Master of Seasons is at 1 star. Same with Vessel. We do see Eco player is inbound. He might be trying to cut off some of the retreat here for Team 2's extra mass blocker, but we do see Red is inbound with the Aeon Sniper Commander online, so that's not really going to work out. But, you know, it was a lovely attempt. T2 started for Ayahuasca to get some hit points back. He may go for gun after that. He may even go for shield after that, but right now he's focused more on just getting maybe a PD line online and be done with it. Original Angel is in the red. Needs to be careful because murder-suicide not able to happen now, because we do see, you know, XBOCT, for example, if he were to die and Original Angel is in the blast zone, then it'd be a double kill there, but not as of right now. We will see how it goes on that western side. Eastern side, Extra Mass is getting blocked a little bit by Vessel. He's dropping into the red. This actually might be the first kill of the game. Both comms are still inbound, and he's not going to make it to the pond there. Won't get some extra veterancy to try to stay alive, but there he goes. Team 2 loses the first player of the game. First blood is awarded to both, I would say, Master of Seasons and Vessel, just because they were in it together. Just because the little notification at the top says it's for one player. That's more of a definitely a split kill for Team 1's players over there. We do see Team 1's going to try to take a little bit of the map away from Team 2, as it looks like some frontline, at least reclaim facilities are being established over there. Left drone started for Original Angel. He's back in the yellow, trying to get, looks like maybe just some eco from some reclaim over there. There's a lot of stuff over there, and it doesn't seem like a lot, but 1,000 or so extra mass does make a difference. Same thing over there in the east. We see about actually probably a little bit more, probably more about 2.5 to 3K over there. We do see Cappy pushing in to Eco player again. He has a little bit of some camouflage here. He's still noticeable, but again, a very bright background with a very, you know, semi-bright image or icon on top of it makes it very difficult to see. And we do see nano repair has been started here for Original Angel as well. That's why I like having, even with the highlight mods, it's even kind of harder to see that, just because it is, again, a bright thing on a semi-bright background. And we do see Plum is here. No advanced range online, but it's still now 2-1, and Cappy's moving in, and maybe he saw the comms. He doesn't see. He sees one radar signature, doesn't see the other one. Shots are inbound from Eco player. Now Plum is actually doing the damage, and he's definitely guessing that's probably a comm because he knows that Eco is not within range. He knows it's a 2v1. Cappy may or may not be killed and needs to keep falling back. He's on 2-star vet now, and now we do see that Eco is within range, and both comms in the yellow. Same with Team 2's Cappy, but they are getting hit hard considerably. Look at that, hit points falling very, very quickly. Eco is dropping. Facility tried to be established to maybe block some pathfinding. It does work for a brief second, to be fair, so it does push Eco player out of range. Plum is shooting at some forces to the left there. That might be enough, and now we see even Team 1's Master of Seasons moving in from the east with Red moving in to intercept. And it is just constant back and forth. There's no resting for the caster at this point. Looks like Cappy might be out of range now of the comms pushing in, but again, the western side, we do see that Original is in the yellow. He's not looking good as well. We have units inbound, some Riptides and Pillars. He's not looking too hot. He is on 2-star vet. He has Nano. No, he doesn't have Nano. He was going to get Nano, I think, and he's going to fall pretty quickly now, and I think he's going to be the second kill of the game. And there he goes. All the forces around him are killed off, but Team 1 loses another player, and it is now a 6v4 in Team 1's favor, with Team 2 losing the middle of the map. It is just non-stop pushing Team 2 back, and now we have Cappy being chased down by Vessel. And we have 4 players from Team 1 just right here in the middle of the map. And we have the other 2 players for Team 1 on the western side, Angel and Ayahuasca. Because original Angel was dead, so I can't just say Angel and refer to one player. Bomber inbound. Vessel still chasing him down. 5,000 to 8,000. He will survive a direct confrontation in terms of the, shot for shot. One will die, and the other one will be fine in terms of the total hit points remaining. Ilses are starting to catch up to him. Cappy still losing hit points. We do have one lonely brick that might be enough to sway Vessel to get out of there and fall back. And again, now we have Red, who's now kind of being surrounded by 2.5 players at this point. Vessel's going westward, and now Team 2 is going to lose another player. Again, 14 minutes on the clock. We'll see. Vessel is inbound, 4,000 hit points and falling very quickly. This is not sped up. 3 comms shooting at him simultaneously, and there goes another player for Team 2. It's 6v3. It's a 2-to-1 advantage. Not even at 15 minutes on the clock. It is getting a lot of bases for at least 1 or 2 players in this game so far, but that is not looking good for APM long term for Team 2 at all. We do see gun started for Chicken here in the pond there, and the other player for Team 2 on the western side of XBOCTs over there. Laser started for him pretty early. That's a very, very early laser. We do see a gunship is starting to deal with the remaining blazes and other units from Team 1. That is a huge amount of territory now under Team 1's control. More than 50% of the map. That amount of mass per second is going to skyrocket incredibly quickly because of that. Again, all the reclaim as well under their control. And all the other, obviously, mexes as well. Looks like Team 2's Cappy has triple base, and it looks like XBOCT has double base, with the regardless that player having 1 base. And the ASFs looks like they're favoring Team 2. Probably about dead even, honestly. It's a little over a dozen versus Plum's almost actually 2 dozen. So in favor for Team 1, but not by a terrible, not by Eco player. Get some. Maybe Cappy will go for it, and Eco has to turn around. This might be a nice little win for Team 2 if they can kill off Eco. He's on 3-star vet. They want to stay out of range of the comms, that way he doesn't overcharge and get veterancy. And now it's back and forth again. The bricks have a little bit better range than the comms, at least as the regular gun range upgrade, not the. I think the advanced range might be about the same. But here goes Eco player killed off by the bricks from Cappy. That is a great kill there from Team 2. Air is lost, it looks like, for Team 1. Or maybe he's saying that air lost in general for Team 2. I missed the air fight. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why he said air lost. I don't know what that means, because he's perfectly fine, to be honest. Maybe even, I don't know, maybe better than fine, maybe a little bit better than fine, I don't know, but I feel like he was. Anyway, I don't know why he says air lost. Now that the game is kind of quieted down a little bit, again, Team 1 at 5 players left, Team 2 at 3. Almost. We're closing in on half of the players eliminated in this game. 2 more, and it'll make it half. Lots and lots of death here for Team 2. And, 1 for Team 1, but that APM advantage for Team 1 is still prevalent, but it does favor Team 2 for having more mass in less hands. But that number on the right side of the screen there where my little cursor is, that's 200 mass a second in favor for Team 1. That might just grow exponentially dangerous for Team 2 to try to catch up to. Right now, it's not great, but it may be somewhat manageable if they can maybe knock out a base or something. But currently, it's not great. T2 started on board. XBO CT's calm in the south. Bricks are pouring in from the south. And again, we're not even at 20 minutes on the clock, and that is a nice roaming band of bricks. Again, that's partially driven by the fact that Cappy has triple base. He's on 176 mass. Everybody else in the game is at least over 100, with 2 players in the game, Chicken and Plum, over 200. And we do see those bricks are starting to move forward. We do see, again, a couple of comms are somewhat in the line of fire. We do see Master of Seasons back here getting some PD. Vessel sitting up over in the middle there. He's doing fine for now. That little hoplite just got annihilated. Looks like maybe somebody pinged him. Maybe they saw him for a brief second and saying, hey, go after him. Looks like they are going to do that. Calm Alone's his original Angel. They're trying to even the playing field a little bit more in terms of APM. The bricks are going to actually move in where there's now 3 players. They won't catch up in time. There's a couple of PD emplacements trying to be built. One is done. Second one might get done. Third one will definitely not get done in time 100%. And now we see that surge from Team 1 being heavily pushed back just from, again, about a wall of bricks, roughly. What is that? There's a little bit more than a wall of bricks online, but it's about a wall. A baker's dozen of walls. A baker's dozen, that'd be a lot of walls. But a baker's dozen of bricks inbound. And again, Vessel is back up into the in the green. We do see one little Otham is online. One Otham's not going to be in much. Bricks are going to maybe just continue going northward, locking out the entire northeastern corner. They might actually just go this way and try to hook around. We do see a Restorer is online, moving eastward. Another one inbound as well. They're trying to anticipate the movement of those bricks. Air fight happens again. Team 2 has lost air considerably. It looks like it's maybe 3 squadrons maybe. Oh, no, it's a lot more than that. It's 60 ASFs versus 3 or 4 for Team 2. That's not good there for numbers. And bricks are continuing to push in, and everything is not looking good for the frontline forces. We have units inbound from Master of Seasons to try to curtail movement. We have a couple of Restorers. That's going to help out a little bit, but it's going to be more of a long-term help than a short-term help. And most of those forces are getting annihilated as they approach from Team 1 in terms of the land units. Lots of communication in chat that I can't read because it's in Russian, so apologies for that. Is that a Percy that just got sniped by a missile? Nice grab there. It's inbound from up here to the north. A couple of Alohas there saying hello and goodbye all at the same time. And those bricks are now being pushed back. They didn't really kill off that much for Team 1. They didn't get a kill or anything like that, so it's just a slow erosion. Okay, no, scratch that. They did get a couple of mexes killed. That is something, but not a whole lot. Brick over here coming up more T2 mexes, and Vessel is going to lose some eco. He's going to stay about 100 or so, but he won't be at where he was. I think it was at 18. Maybe 175. Maybe is what it originally was. He's going to help out the lead a little bit for Team 2 catching up, but again, not by much. It's going to come down to, I think, APM in this game. Is Team 1 going to get so much of a head start that Team 2 can't catch up? Or is Team 2 going to be able to claw their way back, which they are slowly doing. But it is a matter of time at this point. Shield started here for Plum, trying to make sure he's protected in his nice little pond. There are a lot of these little ponds all around the map. So we could see decent amount of comms hiding, but there are some big ones as well. Maybe we'll see something built in the northwest corner or southeast corner. Who knows? Cloaking started for Chicken Slav. Again, he has the laser online. 21 minutes on the clock. Somebody is either gone for Omni or is probably going to go for it shortly. There's more and more Restorers building up on this eastern side, and that force is continuing to push southward. These 2 bases for Cappy, not looking good. We do see 1 or 2 bouncers in the area, but not a whole lot of firepower in the air. He's building it now, which probably needed to build it sooner. Now those mexes up here to the north are going to be wiped out. That's 18 mass a second for Team 2's Cappy over there. Again, any mass loss is going to be very, very bad for both teams, but considering Team 2 is the one behind, it is going to hurt even more. It looks like maybe power outage for Team 1. Looks like Master of Seasons. Yep, he has a power outage. Same with Vessel. And looks like some players are really struggling in power. Looks like maybe one player was just super negative and they were kind of overflowing, and it kind of was a cascade effect. And we have those restorers inbound. Again, there is a bouncer or two in the area, a couple of flat cannons. That's not going to be enough, though. The ASFs or something needs to be brought in. Here come the ASFs from Team 2 targeting those restorers. ASFs from Team 1 not in front of them, using them as, again, a nice little enticing offer, a morsel. But there's the loss of gunship, so at least Team 2 has some time to get some more AA online. Navy player says mass blocker. I have no idea what's going on over there. It's funny that there's just a facility up there, or over there. Don't know why, but there is. Monkey Lord online for Team 2's Cappy. Again, with the air threat, the way that it is for Team 1, that might be dangerous, considering Team 1 could just build a bunch of gunships, which are soon to be inbound against this nice little grouping of bricks from Team 2's XBOCT. And there are some PD here, which will stop maybe a Percy or two, but they'll one-tap those pretty quickly. They just need to get within range, of course, as is everything in this game. If it's in range, it can do damage. If it's not in range, can't do damage. Cloaking is done for Chicken Slop, so he has that, which is nice. It's going to cost a lot of power to run, but he does have it. So definitely does not want to lose B-Gens because it's going to hurt. Middle of the map, no experimental for Team 1, but it's a decent amount of T3 units. Probably not enough to kill the Monkey Wood, maybe severely wound it. Shielding is going to help a little bit, but the Monkey Wood trying to stay out of range of at least most of those T3 units to really maximize damage. And we have a couple of Ilshis also inbound. T2 Mexes might be the next target, killing off AA, killing off everything in this base, other than you would think the Mexes would be the high priority target. That and the, oh, was that a TML? Oh, it was a TML. Oh. Interesting. Okay, well, didn't realize that was there. Oh, I guess it was firing on that position. Got one more missile out. Going to kill off another facility. T1, but, it's something. And then, not looking too great on the eastern front here for Team 2. A Monkey Wood has appeared. So while AA is underway, now comes a land situation, and I don't think they are prepared for that. And that's going to be not good things happening for Team 2 over there. Not looking good at all. We do see nice little cloaking upgrade starting here for Vessel as well to the north. So that's going to be interesting. Again, Team 2 hasn't used theirs yet in terms of Chicken Sloth, so we'll see if he ends up using it or not. As of right now, I highly doubt it, but we'll see. Monkey Wood staying on the edges of the base, probably not the best idea. I mean, he is going to try to do some sort of run-by thing, but I mean, he's taking a lot of damage from all these Cerberus, which he could just walk in and just go wipe him out anyways, but I'm surprised that he's staying that far away. I mean, yeah, there's a Mex you can take out, but that Monkey Wood is heavily damaged now. We have T3 Whalers inbound. That's going to do a lot more damage to that Monkey Wood and probably kill it off here shortly. Cloaking is progressing. It is slow for Vessel, but it is progressing. And western side restores starting to group up here to that western side. I don't think Team 2 is going to break through that, or at least for a while. We do see T2 is up there, maybe T3 shortly in terms of an Omni. And Monkey Wood will not wipe out really anything of value besides a couple of Team 1 AA tracers. So again, nothing really of value was lost. And now a nice little Clumpager reclaim is there for Team 2. There is a Monkey Wood. There's Monkey Wood up there. There's a Megawith down there for Team 2. In terms of air, we do see Tort Bombers. Have they spotted the comm? Maybe? I don't know, but there is that horde of restorers inbound. Team 2's Chicken Slav is here. He's not spottable by Team 1 unless they have a spy plane overhead. They might see the footsteps, which they are right there, but they don't actually see what the comm is. He probably would be the focus if they did see him. We do see the XBOCTs nearby, actually. That's not looking great. We do see the AAs being focused by those restorers. Again, not known for their air-to-ground, but it is better than nothing. The T3 AA guided flak is doing a decent job of chewing through the hit points. Hopefully Chicken Slot doesn't just take damage because he walked over that AA emplacement. That'd be sad. But looks like ASFs came in, killed off some gunships. Oh, Was it even worth the loss in ASFs? Maybe. They get maybe another pass onto those remaining gunships. They kill off a couple more. It's just not looking good. There goes another couple of kills. Is there still more flak underneath this? There's nothing underneath this for Team 2 at this point. And there's a couple, it's about, about a wing or so of gunships remaining. Maybe, was that 10? So, about almost a dozen. Almost a squadron. Yeah, that's not looking good for Team 2. That Western Front's not looking great. The eco is severely now in Team 1's favor. It's not 1.9. That'd be insane, but it's at least 300 to 400 mass in their favor. GC does not kill off the Monkey Lord. That's close, though. And here is Calm. He's down here. Missile is launching from Ayahuasca's Calm. And looks like maybe targeting the remaining mechs is here. There is some TMD not within range. Oh, that's a T3 mechs. There's a TMD there not within range. Oh, it's within range, but not enough to destroy the missile. That's going to be a dead T3 mechs here for Team 2. That is unfortunate. There's one shot. There's the other. And more missiles raining in from the north trying to overwhelm the TMD. And actually, that might be enough to wipe out that other T2 mechs, to be honest. Oh, no, I didn't see the other one there. Wipes out actually 2 of the TMD. That means you launch a couple more missiles at this, and that's another dead mechs. Eastern side, we do see GC, and there is that Monkeywood still alive. GC is going to focus on the Mega. There's an Otham Horde inbound behind them. We have a couple of bricks. Lots of those bouncers. Definitely want to keep those protected. And the crab trying to walk back. Monkeywood coming in from the side. We have those whalers still up. They're thinking about it. There's some AA, but I feel like it might be worth it to spend the whalers for this. And especially once the GC is dead. Once the GC is dead, it's probably worth it to send them in. And they're coming in to say hi to that base for Cappy. I mean, Team 2, again, they just need every mechs they can get. But on land, look at this. Team 2 launching a counter-assault with a ton of lightning tanks and Percy's. Love that combo with the shielding as well. Continuing to push in. And those oh no, the lightning tanks didn't push up with the rest of them. That's a lot of dead lightning tanks, though. And that is dead mexes for Team 1, however, so it's a loss for both players, but maybe more of a loss for Team 2 than Team 1, maybe. I don't know, kind of a mixture. Crab does eventually get defeated, but the more important thing, that's where the reclaim is. That's where the reclaim is. Way closer to Team 2 than it is to Team 1. In terms of total mass accrued for reclaim, it is favoring Team 2. Total mass accrued in general, about 100,000 for Team 1. So split between 5 players, that's 20K. That's about a monkey each, if I did my math correctly. I think it's 20K for a monkey. I could probably check it really quick. T3, he does not have T3 on board. T3 mix, I know I'm doing this, and I probably should be focused on other things, and I got distracted. Where's T3 mix? T3 engineer. There it is, right there. And Monkey Lord, 20,000 even. Wow, I didn't know it was exactly even. Was that a... Yeah, it was always like that. I feel like it wasn't even like that. I think it was like a, 18.95 something or something like that. Not an even 20K. But that makes life easier for calculating stuff and whatnot, at least for Monkey Lords. Laser started on board vessel. Again, both of these players in the north and the south going for laser cloaking comms, but just not using them at all. And again, the later the game goes on, the more of a defensive weapon that becomes versus an offensive weapon. Just because Omni's probably somewhere for both sides. I do see still T2 over there. Still T1. And yeah, I don't see anything else. Does Team 1 not have Omni anywhere? That seems a little odd. Yeah, I don't see it anywhere. There is an SMD in this base, which I do like to see. Does Team 2 have any plans to end the game yet? No. Does Team 1 have any plans to end the game yet? There's a Megalith. That's not really ending things yet. No. No, there's a Fat Boy. So yeah, no plans to end the game yet, but we might be closing in on that. We do see, again, Team 2 is doing actually a decent job on land, because Team 1 is a lot of air power, and now Team 2 is fighting back with land. Again, lots of AA trailing the ground forces. That is helping to keep at least the gunships back and whatnot. and the air in general. Chicken and Mega versus no Chicken or Mega for Team 1 or experimental of any kind. We do see, again, a group of forces inbound from the west. Chicken's going to stop that. Megawith needs to keep pushing northward. These are all bouncers, so not really going to do a lot of damage to that. Calm is going to drop right in front. And does Team 2 see him? Team 2 does not see him, at least as of yet. And the Megawith does not have Omni on board. Has sonar, but no Omni. And I think none of the land experimentals have Omni. I don't even think the Fat Boy does. And that Calm is getting closer and closer. If a spy plane just randomly flies overhead, that's not good. Team 2 and Team 1 have another airfight with some AA nearby. Here come those restorers flying in on that eastern edge again. And again, there's been a bunch of those AA units built, and they're going to move in and intercept. At least try to intercept. We do see ground firing trying to happen, kill off the Calm. Needs to change the ground fire location. Chicken's going to try to help as well. No, it's helping a little bit. Does Team 2 see him? No, he moves out of range, trying to track his location. And it's close. He's not looking too good. He has to fall back, or he is a dead man. And looks like those restorers do get behind Team 2's defenses, at least for now. ASFs are inbound because they have to. They have to take that fight and try to wipe them out. And they're going to wipe some of them out, but ASFs from Team 1 are going to wipe them out with the additional AA from those restorers nearby. And they're just going to trickle them in, and that's not going to defeat all those restorers any time. Surprised there hasn't been more AA built over here. I mean, he went from mobile, which kind of worked, but again, that's the downside with going mobile is if you move it, it's kind of hard to bring it back. And we have T3 mechs is being focused, fired. I mean, here comes that AA from Team 2. And again, if Team 1 can get even a bigger lead in eco, that can make a big difference. But Team 1 is losing stuff in the main base here. We do have still Vessel coming back to nip at the bud or nip at the heels of Team 2. And those restorers need to keep flying because that, amount of bouncers are inbound. Team 2 is probably prepping AA defenses somewhere, you'd imagine. Getting Team 1 AA just something thrown up to deal with this horde of restorers. A Megawith that was almost done is going to be focused on. I don't think that's what they should be focused on, to be honest, because there's a decent group of Burst Master T2 flat cannons right underneath them, just really ripping their hip ones apart. And that force from Team 2 is still moving, which might explain why this game goes on for about 50 minutes, because I was like, Team 1 has had a huge lead on Team 2, and I don't see it really going anywhere anytime soon. But, I mean, a couple of mexes were killed. I mean, they were T3 mexes, to be fair. But it's not that bad. It could be way worse. Way, way worse. We see more restorers coming online, and there, again, is lightning tanks here, so they're not going to be as effective over here than they were down there. And there goes Team 1's player of Plum. He actually control K's. Now, he probably gave a reason that I didn't notice. He probably did give a reason, but I'm probably just upset with the game, or maybe. But Team 1 loses another player. It is now a 4v3, still in favor for Team 1. But they do have a Fat Boy inbound now. This base here for Team 1's Master of Seasons is pretty much dead and gone. If they can cut eastward and wipe out that entire eastern side, it does put more pressure either on the western side, or at least alleviates some pressure on the eastern side to be able to go after other things. And that chicken might have heard me, because that's what he's doing right now. Mego is going to clean everything up. Maybe the Percy's going to do that. We have Corsairs inbound. That's going to help a little bit, but not a whole lot. And yeah, those Percys are going to get somewhat out of range of that Fat Boy and kill off those remaining T3 mexes up there. But again, a little bit of an air grid for Team 1 and a mass Fab farm mixed in as well. Very, very cascadable. All the chicken has to do is sit right about there, and pretty much everything is gone. And this base here for Team 1's Vessel is not looking good. There is that Megawith on its way, but it might be a little too late for that, as that cascade just rips apart most of those mass fabs. Killing off T3 landing quarters would be nice. It just needs that one mass fab. Everything else will blow up. Needs to keep going just a little bit. There goes the shot. Inbound. Kills off that mass fab. Kills off the rest of them. T3 landing quarters is still there. Might want to wipe that out. Maybe, possibly, maybe. No, maybe he heard me. There's another T3 mech he's wiping out. No. He's going to wipe out another T3 Max. Chicken is finally defeated. Still, the T3 land headquarters is still there. Kind of surprised he didn't wipe that out, but he is trying to keep his Megalith alive. Up to 3-star vet. The Megalith, though, from Team 1's vessel is getting hit by that Iron Storm decently well. If it's not dead by the time that Iron Storm is deactivated or ends, it's going to be very close to death. And there it goes. Got it at the very last bit of it. Did a very good job. How'd the 16,000 mass deal with that Iron Storm? Did a very good job. Looks like the remaining forces from Team 2 are going to be routed into that pond up there. But honestly, not doing well here for Team 1's middle and eastern front. We even see those forces inbound, kills off more P-Gens, wipes out a huge chunk of build power, and there goes another rest of that. So honestly, there's really nothing left there on the eastern side. Team 1's lead has evaporated. It is now actually in Team 2's favor and surging in their favor. It just took one decisive move down the middle, essentially just cuts Team 1 in half. And that is not looking good. They still have their air grid up here to the northwest plateau. So there's that to consider. Those restorers now under the control of Master of Seasons. But Vessel's pretty much knocked out of this game for at least a little while. He still has his cloaking laser comm if it's still active. It is still active. Looks like he might be getting some... Oh, yeah, he is not looking good on power. Definitely needs to maybe turn off the cloaking, to be honest. Obviously, you know, don't get rid of it at this point, but at least turn it off. We have a bug now online, another bug online, maybe another bug online after that. I mean, they see the blood in the waters, and they're going to go for it. More like smell it, but we do see Megalith surrounded by deceivers, really trying to deceive Team 1 of the location of that Mega. There's still a couple of mexes over here. There's one little Harbinger roaming around. That might be enough to just rip the rest of that apart. There is one mex up there that's perfectly safe. T3 land headquarters is still there. So unfortunately, it's that's not going to help Team 2 completely eliminate this. But it would have at least set Team 1 back even further on that eastern front. It might encourage the remaining players on Team 1 to go for more longer range options at this point. Speaking of that, Nuke is coming online. Literally just built moments ago, and there's an SMD right next to it. It is going to be underneath shield coverage, which I do like to see. I usually don't like the Nuke and the SMD next to one another, but at least he has SMD coverage. He has another one over here just in case, so that's better, but putting them right next to one another, not the best idea. But let me know down in the comments who you think is going to currently win this game. Of course, if you haven't, because why not at this point, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all of that YouTube things. I really do appreciate all the time and attention to give these videos. So thank you so much for watching as we watch this chicken absolutely demolish that fat boy from Team 1. Oof, that was not great. We do see a nice little fat boy also being built there for Angel Raid under the surface of the waves. T2 Navy is online. And yeah, he did create a little bit of an exclusion zone. But the only problem is it can only go so far, and Team 2 just went, we're just going to ignore that side anyway and go east. So, yeah, that's not going to go well. We do see Master of Seasons rooted to the spot on an upgrade. I don't know if Team 2 knows he's there or not, and they might actually step on him by accident. Torpedoes are going to launch onto the comm. They are hitting him, and it looks like, oh, he's going to turn, he might, he sees him. Yep, and Master of Seasons has to cancel his upgrade. He's going for T3. Is he still able to fire a burst? Actually, he can still fire because his cannon is out of the water there. So there's that. Looks like he's going to chase down the comm. That is not going to go well for him, so I'll keep a lock on that, or at least somewhat of a lock on that. Forces from Team 2 fall back. There's 3 fat boys on that western front. Nice little freezer of them. There are restorers inbound. The Megalith is exposed, and it's in and out of the water in terms of its torpedoes, because I think it has to be right with those little... No, okay, it's still firing. It looks like it's coming from his chest plate or his midsection or whatever. Some of the torpedoes are hitting him. Some of them are hitting land, so it's not as effective of a weapon. And that Megalith is taking a lot of damage. There are bouncers inbound, a decent amount of them. And Master of Seasons knows that if he gets out of the water, he's a dead man. And the restorers are going to maybe change tactics and go after the bouncers. But the bouncers have done a lot of work already. And it's probably going to be a mixed bag. I mean, there will be some dead bouncers, but for the most part, they're going to rip apart those ASFs with the restorers with the ASF's help is what I should say. And now Team 2 is looking very well. I mean, they were not looking good, early to mid game. Now in the late game, they're looking a lot better. Lots of T2 PD. They need to take out the Pigeons and the other T3 land headquarters here. That should have been taken out earlier, to be honest. But they are doing it now, I guess, so better late than never. There's 2 bugs inbound. They might actually send the bug that way. Does Team 2 know about the nuke? They do know about the nuke. They know that's a second nuke launcher. I thought that was an SMD. Oh, never mind. Okay, it just looked like the profile of a SMD. Restore is still going after that Megawatt there. And Master of Seasons is there. The only problem is, can he get out of there in time? He's in the middle of that transport, but he gets on the transport, and the bouncers shoot him down. Ooh, so he was kind of dead out of the way at that point. Ouch. But he was on that transport. You can see it's in the air, just barely in the air. Those those bugs are inbound. Just go straight for that air grid. They're not stopping. It looks like SAC is going to die. Oh, almost die. It almost died in that just running by. The nuke is probably the target. The Pigeons are definitely going to be a target. Wipe those out. Yeah, don't worry about the mexes or anything. Maybe the eye would be a good target to just eliminate, but looks like they're going straight for that nuke. They don't care. And there goes the Pigeon. Blows up the eye. There goes another Pigeon. There goes an eye. SSU dies. Anybody else died? No. It's that 3v3 game tied. Oh. What? Or the what? The what? What? What's going on with that? Why aren't they targeting that nuke? Yeah, Bug's almost dead, but that's like 2 nukes that you can wipe out like in one fell swoop. And how is that thing not dead yet? There it goes. I was like, what is going on? Target the Pigeon, please. ASF sitting on the ground. You gotta move that. You gotta move that. That's a lot of dead ASFs. I mean, yeah, you've won air, but you don't want to have to lose units that you built for no good reason. Ooh, yeah, there they go. They move now. Mexes are being eliminated up there. That is not looking good for Team 1. We do see a satellites online, so there is that. I don't think you need that at this point, but it's nice to have a stretch goal. So there's that, but I just don't think it's needed. Team 2, 1.3, Team 1, 1.1, and that mass is going to drop considerably still because there's still mexes on the northern side to be eliminated. And there's the AA that the bug's eliminating now. There's a couple of Pigeons exposed, more AA going to be built back here. And essentially Team 1's kind of just stuck on this western edge now. I mean, they don't have a lot of room to move around, and Team 2 can easily put units in multiple places for a really, really good pincer attack. You know, they're starting to actually do that now. One line there, one line there. They have the bugs up here from the north. They could probably easily snipe that Novax if they knew where it was, which they do know where it they knew where it is. Cat, or it just looks like cat, but it means sat. I guess I know how to spell sat. It's like the T with the A and the C instead of an S. Yes. Kill sat, and then it says kill sat right next to it. The bugs are like, we want to kill off the stuff shooting at us. Like, that's fair. You might want to wipe out that Novax as well, just to deal with that problem and be done with it. Looks like there's a second one barely started, and one bug. Oh no, it's just in the mix of the other ones. It's like one bug is finally killed off, but Team 2 is still sending forces in. 43 minutes on the clock. There's the comm of Angel there. There's the comm of Ayahuasca there. And the comm of Team 1's vessel is still there. There goes the satellite. How's his power doing? He's still alive on the power game. There goes a bug. Does it land on the SMD? No, it does not. There's a lot of AA here. Don't know what else. Oh, that'd be a nice little grouping of... yep, there he goes. Grabs those E-storages. Lands right on top of some Ravagers. Kills off a couple more of them. But there's still the force inbound from Team 2 on the ground, and they are going to get pretty close. Ion Storm does activate, so a couple of units will die to that from Team 2. But the force is still pushing. 44 minutes on the clock. Yeah, this is not looking good for Team 1 at all. This is a huge comeback. Huge comeback. It went from a 6v6 to a 6v3 very quickly, and then a 5v3, and then kind of just stayed like that for a while. And then Team 2 just went brrrr. Just right straight through Team 1 on that eastern front. Yeah, I mean, they used a lot of their firepower on air, and Team 2 just went, nope, we're going to do land, and just cut right through. SACU dies. Vessel is not spottable still by Team 2. How does he have the power for that? Kind of surprised. Is he just... He has to be getting overflow. He definitely is. And that might help keep this base online a little bit longer, but honestly, even if the base is annihilated, there really isn't a whole lot Team 1 has left. Eco-wise, it's 450. It's just not... There's not much left here for Team 2. That cloaking should come offline soon. I mean, I don't imagine there's that much more power here for Team 2 at this point. Team 1 at this point. And another pinging going down for that comm. SACU dies somewhere. Trying to keep track, make sure nobody else died while I'm casting this. We do see large group of forces, engineers, and otherwise moving northward. Just to cannibalize Team 1. There is an Omni there, but that's Team 1's, not Team 2's. T3 land is here. Mexes are being eliminated. Team 2 just doesn't care. Just eliminate the base, eliminate the infrastructure, and you're not going to be able to do a whole lot with a cloaking laser comm. Because it is now just this little side base here for Ayahuasca, and that's it. And there goes that. Fat Boy will die, but that's not the point. I mean, eliminating an Omni would be nice, but honestly not really needed. Doesn't clip in, unfortunately. We have another Fat Boy here from Team 1. We have another Megalith inbound. I'm surprised the Team 1's still going for it, considering, look at their footprint. They have this and then this. Well, they are invading on the upper plateau up here, but it's a slow invasion. And eventually they're going to hit kind of a semi-hard wall. There is a Paragon being built, because why not? 46 minutes on the clock, and the game is pretty much over at this point. I don't see... I mean, there is a non-zero chance that Team 1 comes back, but I mean, with most of their Fat Boys destroyed... Yeah, I just don't see that happening. There goes that other Fat Boy. There it goes. There's one more over there. Honestly, it's Vessel with his cloaking laser comm. We have Vessel's base here on the western edge of the map, southwestern edge of the map. That's about it. They do... that came in way too late, though, those spy planes. They know where he is, but... So... I don't know. There's really not much left that Team 1 can do at this point, to be honest. In the south, XBOCT getting hit by artillery. I think Team 1 see him there? Yeah, they do see some sort of thing there, so they maybe assume it's a comm. A lot of T3 mobile demolishers up here, but that's, again, not going to do a whole lot. They might... who knows? They might kill off XBOCT. There's some AA in the area, but there's, a decent chunk of broadswords down here in the south. Look at this. Just a small base here with an Omni. One mech's there. We have the comm of Chickenslav up here to the north. Do not tell me he's going to launch an assault all by his lonesome, because Team 1 still has Omni up here, which is, again, surprising that Team 1 still has power to run everything. Looks like Ayahuasca is floating enough power for both of them at this point, which is good because it keeps the cloaking online and whatnot, but, I mean, that's a lot of power drain regardless. And closing in on 50 minutes soon. There's the Paragon, and it's done. Going to go for a scat, because why not at this point go for a second game ender? Why have one when you can have two? Please tell me you're building a Paragon somewhere else. Nope, he's building a line of Novax. Just doing UEF things, doing Cybran things, already did Aeon things. I don't see Seraphim things yet, but everything else is being built. This is a weird game. It ended up being a weird game, kind of a different game. Satellite might, yep, just tasking right down there. Just eliminate all those demolishers. Shields are trying to be built, but there is a lot of T3 mobile artillery up here, so it's just a lot to chew through. Is that scat that's really shooting on close range targets? I thought that had a minimum fire distance. Oh, it does. Okay, it's just shooting at that stuff down there. It's still a 3v3 game. 49 minutes on the clock. And TAC missile started for Angel. Do we have Billy Nuke? We don't have Billy Nuke yet, which is a little surprising, but they are chewing through some of the regular T2 stationary artillery at least. Satellite moving northward, ignoring that problem because the Scath is going to has it under control. Second Novax online, probably going to be third, fourth, fifth, and so forth. Northern side is completely under the control of Team 1, Team 2, even if they have just engineers and some bricks up there. Hey, Team 1's not going to come say hi to them. And that's it for the T2 artillery, T3 and T3 artillery for the most part. And there goes Control K from Ayahuasca. 50 minutes on the clock. He finally finds that it is over with. Sad face, says Cappy. No, says Chicken. He probably wanted to kill him, maybe, is probably what it was. Or maybe wanted the Scaths to kill him. Starting teleporter, says Vessel. Or ping surrendering is for her. Come kill me, says Angel. It's going to take a while, but it might have it. Oh, yeah, probably not. Oh, yeah, 100% not. Team 2 has 2 donuts inbound. They have some AA, to be fair. Scathus shots are inbound, and I think they found a target to shoot at. 51 minutes and climbing, and there goes the AA Vessel getting actually not hit by the surprising, but everything else got hit by it, though. 3 Novax is over the top, roughly over the top of Angel's position. Another Scathus volley inbound. Are there 2 of them now? I was going to say, it feels like a little more than just one set of volley. But there goes Team 1's Vessel. He Control Ks. Guess where those are going. Oh, please hit the donut. Please hit the donut. Please hit the donut. Please. Oh, I didn't hit the donut. Did it hit? No, that doesn't count because I couldn't tell if it got hit by the artillery or not. But there goes that fat boy. That's not going to live much longer. And Angel's still here, still alive and kicking. And another Novax is here. 52 minutes in climbing. 53 minutes. Shots are inbound. They have enough AoE spread to be able to hit the comm. Torp bombers are inbound. It's just a slow, just throw a torp bomber or 2 at him constantly. And there he goes. There it is, a little delayed there. Team 2 gets the final kill in this game, and it is a win for Team 2. A very surprising turn of events here. How many did you build? You built 3. Why not? Why not build 3 of them? Oh, he's going to almost be done with 4, because why not? You have 4 Novaxes working on 5 and 6 Salvations. Obviously, it's just a Paragon. Spend the mass how you can. What were you shooting at? Oh, he's targeting a little bit of friendly fire at the very end. Didn't get to actually get the volley to land. But anyway, Team 2 wins the game. I mean, MVPs go to the 3 remaining players for Team 2. I do think that decisive cut down the middle from, I think it was Cappy and XBOCT, was very crucial to Team 1 winning, because it was like the lead for the Eco was starting to run away for Team 1, all of that. So it just was not looking good, but that one, whoop, and then the arrow being knocked out, that was just game right there. But Team 2 wins it. Again, MVPs go all around to these 3, Chicken Slav, Cappy, and XBOCT. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite moment of the video was. Thank you so much for watching the very end of the video, as always, and I will see all of you in the next one.